Yo, what's happening? And welcome back to another episode of TC Speech. And I had so many exciting plans for today with our TC Legacy members tonight in our community. I've got goal setting, all this amazing stuff. I had this epic episode planned for today because we've had a busy 2 weeks. That's why we haven't been on here. But look, I just couldn't. I just couldn't. I couldn't rock up. I couldn't pretend to be happy. I just couldn't pretend to just, kind of ignore what happened here in Australia yesterday and just really sort of just, put all that behind me. Very similar to the Charlie Kirk situation when we filmed a podcast about that. And I actually made myself a promise, after the Charlie Kirk incident happened. I did a video, we did a podcast about our honest, raw thoughts. Hey, we got nothing to lose, whatever. And I sort of said to myself after that, because we had a lot of positive feedback from it, lost a lot of followers, gained a lot of followers, whatever. Don't give a shit. And I sort of said to McCallum, look, I just don't want to go down this path of getting too deep into all this sort of stuff, because it's just a never ending. It's just never ending. It can be a bit of a rabbit hole. It can be very, very draining. And I'm just like, I don't want to turn our page into. I just want to. Because again, I'm probably the number one person that's aware of it, sees everything against it. But I'm the only thing you can really do is just focus on yourself and the people that actually mean something around you and the people that are willing to actually change something. That's why I want to put my time and energy. And we've done that and it's been absolutely amazing. But man, just after seeing what happened yesterday in Australia there at Bondi Beach, everyone's talking about, we're filming this, the day after it happened. And I am angry. I am sad. I haven't planned this one little bit. So I'm probably going to say a lot of things that it's just the way it is. But honestly, I just fucking don't care. I just simply don't care anymore at all. And it's hard to have this mentality of look, Australia's fucked. We're fucked, mate. All this sort of stuff that we see and just you kind of accept that and just sort of, take control of things that, that kind of can be in your control. But then seeing this happen, just hits so differently. And I'm just fuck, I believe that 2020 was the tipping point. So many people didn't see it. A lot have seen it now. And a lot still haven't seen it now. And first of all, just thoughts and prayers with, to all the people that lost a loved one yesterday. Absolutely, absolutely friggin' heartbreaking. And first of all, I'm not going to go into the whole race, religion thing. I'm staying out of it. Is there a lot to do with that? Yes. Is the government a lot to blame? Yes. I truly believe that Australia should be, I'm all for any race, any culture coming to this amazing country, calling it home, visiting, whatever. Just like when we go to other countries like Japan, I literally feel when we went there, it's we're family. It was amazing. I wouldn't want to go there and be hated or feel like I'm not welcome there. So I don't want Australia to be, I feel like Australia's an amazing country that anyone can come and enjoy. But when you go to other countries, you respect their rules, you respect their religion, you respect everything, and you're on your best behavior, and you get the big warm welcome, which I think is a fair trade in how the world should be. And I think this is where, and again, there's just so much to cover here. There's so much we could talk about. And look, yes, our government's fucked. I don't know, I don't know why it's taken people 5 years to fucking figure this out. Again, it's just, I've said this since 2020. It's so clear that our government, our Australian government, whether it's Morrison, whether it's Albanese, it honestly doesn't fucking matter who it is. And I think what you need to realize is this is bigger than just an Albanese individual. It's not just Anthony Albanese being a cockhead and saying, fuck all these people. It's a bigger agenda. We've been getting thrown the playbook at us from 2020 and before that. And just so many of us have just fell for it. And look, again, I always say I'm not one to sit here and be and I told you so person, but I'm we just need to fucking learn something from this so we can move forward. And look, again, government to blame, definitely. People, where we're funding these cultures that have caused this shit. Yes. But look, A lot of that's out of our control. A lot of that's out of our control. So we can go on about it all day. A lot of it's very, very true. Just the way I see it, and I could be wrong here. I just believe that we can't just keep sitting around and waiting for the answer to come from the top down. I truly don't think it's too late. They're just going to use this. Unfortunately, they're going to use this scenario and situation to literally just push the agenda further. That's just what I personally believe. I think that like the perfect politics, the perfect, politicians, whatever, I still don't think that that's going to fix a broken society. And I think, in Australia, like I said, like we've been getting thrown the playbook for a long time now. And like, this is where you just got to just sit back and just reflect. Just again, the number one thing they don't want you to have is an open mind to question things. Now, look, I don't care what side of whatever you're looking at, but like when you just think back to like the amount of like division that's been happening over the years, think about it. This is why, again, like I questioned it, quite a fair bit, but like this is when you just got to just look back and reflect on like the whole like LGBTQ plus thing. And again, it was never about the gays and lesbians. It wasn't. It's literally how the government just packaged their bullshit into that to push their agenda, to push the division of, straights versus gays and lesbians and all this sort of stuff. It's like they use that to friggin' push their agenda because they know fucking damn well, which I think is just so disrespectful to these communities because they know what they're doing. They're not doing with their best fucking interests at heart. And I think most people couldn't give one fuck about what gay and lesbian people are doing. And I think they're the best people ever, like fucking great. But like when people are just sick and tired of this shit being forced on them and they know damn well what they're doing. Because if you question that, you are a disgusting person. If you go and question that community. And they've used this playbook on multiple things. And even if you look back at like traditional values, you look at like people like the Tate brothers, no matter what you think of them, just go back and look at 5 years, they were innocent. They were literally innocent. So like if you literally just go back and look at it, go, okay, well, what was their message? Masculinity. Become a strong man that can control their emotions, that can create their own finances, that can protect men and women, that can provide for men and women. And they fucking demonize them, literally. Like, that's what their main message was to young men. Now, like, can you start to see this of like where we're lacking this in Australia? I really think that like our culture has taken a big hit. And yes, again, we can blame government, police, we can blame everyone. But like, I just think back to like, the good old days. I'm only 34, so sound like I'm fucking 68. But like, just remember back when like, when I was growing up, like remember when the family name, like remember when the family last name actually meant something? Like remember with like, a Smith boy, threw a rock at a car or just, something like that. And like he'd be grounded for like a month and everyone in the town, everyone in the neighborhood knew about it. Fucking everyone was like, would respect Mr. Smith even more. And no one wanted to play up. And like what I'm trying to say here is like that meant something. We respected our parents. We respected our neighborhood. We respected our community. I grew up in a very, very small town of like Estelle. It's like fucking, I don't know, not many people there at all. I was speaking out. That was a long time ago. But like this meant something. And I just feel like this has been lost for quite some time. Now, look, I'm not speaking for every single family here, of course. So this is going across the masses. But like, we live in a society now where like 16-year-olds will just tell the police to fuck off, and it's all good. Like, again, I'm talking about someone's dad got angry back then. Let alone if the police come to your door. Holy shit! Like, what a lesson that not only you would learn, but the whole community would learn it, and friend circle and family circle. Like, I really feel like that has gone. And like when we just went to Japan and, last, I think it was 2 years ago now. And when we just went and just experienced that, it was just so relieving. It was so relieving to just experience that. And like, they just love each other. They love their country. They respect it. They look after it. They look after the people that come in. They're so strong to their families, their values, their beliefs, everything. It was wonderful. It was so refreshing, even to the stage of when you're just driving along the busiest, like Tokyo felt like a small town. It was so clean. It was so organized. People are just driving slow. You're not hearing fucking horns and swearing and shit everywhere. Like, it was crazy. And like, if you've been there, I'm sure you'd be able to relate. And as soon as I got back into Australia, we're in a line because I had to line up to scan some passport thing, and people are just fucking whinging and complaining. I'm like, we're back. We're back. And look, I'm just saying this as a proud Australian because it's hard to watch, but I think, and I just go back and like, I'm not saying that like what I'm talking about now is like is the answer to extremist activities like we saw yesterday in Sydney. Like I'm not saying that. And look, unfortunately that happens everywhere around the world, but who would ever thought that would happen in our beautiful backyard of Australia? And this isn't only the first thing. And like, it's like there wasn't that long ago that like literally someone was just walking down Melbourne and someone just ran past and put a knife in their chest and laughed and ran off. Like, this is, how the hell can we feel safe with this? But like, again, we can blame Albanese and 100%, but just think about the years and years and years and years of the bullshit and the divide that we've been getting played on, and we've all felt for it. We all friggin' majority of people fell for it. It's the divide. It's men against women. They played that with the whole toxic masculinity thing. This is so that the big thing behind this was like, it's to give a man so he has no purpose, he has no drive, he has no authority. And then it was literally to get women back into the workforce to make them feel important, which, look, I think that like women are the most badass business builders fucking ever, 100%. But their mentality behind that was literally just to get them back into the fucking workforce and take the purpose away from the man in the household. And there's a very, very big problem with that. But again, the way they package it, how dare you question it? The way they package it, they're very, very, very smart with how they do this. But now you have most families these days, and again, I just talk by data that I have in my inbox. There's 50 to 100 DMs a day in our inbox. You all know our story from 2020, why we started our business and broke free, and we've been 2020 is all you need to see. So we help people do what we've done. So I'm not just chatting shit. Like, the people's struggles that they're going through come through every single day. Our inbox is literally full of it. And it's very, very hard to, it's like you want to help people, but it's like, holy shit, it's quite confronting. But like, the amount of people, this is just to take us away. It's to double tax us. It's so you have to go so the system can go and raise your children in childcare that you pay through the fucking roof for, and you literally just go into work for free to put you to be away from your kids, away from your family's values, away from our number one most precious thing we all love and enjoy, which is our time. These are all the bigger things. These are all the bigger things around that. And then it's like, they're trying to, the divide between gays and lesbians and straights, between black and white. It's just, the playbook is just friggin' everywhere. But I just truly don't believe that nothing's going to change. Another thing is like, we're just all divided against each other. And now with the way the economy is going, it's rich versus poor. I've been saying this for a very long time. Again, I'm not an I told you so person, but I've been putting so much urgency on people ever since 2020. I said, you don't think that that's going to happen again. I've said, like, this is going to happen again. It's going to be worse. It's going to be in a completely different way. If you don't take accountability, you don't take responsibility for your own life, your own situation, you're literally leaving this up to people, which is a government that does not have your best interests at heart. I don't know how much more shit you need to see. They are feeding you the fucking bullshit. They are feeding us all the medications and subscriptions so we can be tired, fat, lazy, all this sort of stuff. And this is just all so we can just become reliant on the fucking system. This is it. And this is also a spiritual war as well, because we're in a world now where like grown boys will sit on the internet behind a fake profile, and this is how they get their clout. This is how they feel seen, is by like shitting on someone else or whatever they've got to go and do. Get a couple of likes on the comment from other people that like just hate fucking seeing people do well. And the most funniest thing about this is all these people don't even fucking like each other. And it's like, they're like, oh, it's like, that's how they get their validation. And this is the most saddest thing ever. And again, but then people are going to say, it's like, we're in a mental health crisis. Like, have we forgot about in 2020 where like people that have built businesses, the family business, forever, how the government fucking bankrupted them and there was people literally jumping off roofs? Like, have we seriously forgotten about that? Most people have. But we'll happily sit here when these things go. And this is why when I did this Charlie Kirk thing, I said, I'm like, people are going to forget about this. People will forget about this Bondi thing in 3 days. 900 reels, 3-second reels have gone past their fucking brains, and people forget about this. It'd be the next thing will pop up. We all go, oh my God, how bad is this? And then we just go back to just the dumb shit. And I think this happened since the Charlie Kirk thing as well. It's just like, it's just the way it is and the reality that it is. But like, here we are as fellow Australians doing this shit. Again, we get the hate comments. I have people every single day that is on the receiving end of things like this. You just got to go into a comment section these days. It doesn't matter who you are, what you're doing. It's like, it's everywhere. But like, what these people don't understand is like, yeah, we're in a mental health crisis, but a lot of these weak boys we have out here doing this shit, everyone's going through a tough time right now. And I think 2026 is going to be, I think we're in for the most toughest time ever. But what these people don't realize is like, when you're behind a screen, you don't know you don't know what day that person's just had. You don't know if they've just lost a loved one. You don't know if they were just a victim to something that happened. You don't know if their dog just fucking passed away or got sick. Like you don't know. And you're out here because you're behind a fake fucking screen with no profile picture, saying what you want because your life's so fucked and miserable and you can't take any accountability and responsibility for yourself, and you project that onto other people, and you don't give a shit. You don't know what that could be. That could be the last thing that this person needed to hear, and who knows? So what I'm getting at here is we're contributing to our own problem. Seriously. Yes, times are tough. I've been saying for fucking years now, I said things are going to get worse. You think things are bad, things are going to get worse. Get some urgency. This is why we are the weak country, because she be right. She'll be right. We can't roll with that anymore because it's not right. It won't be right. It's not right. It's gone. I said, we're a country full of sevens. We're just good. You know when you ask someone, how you going? Say, how you going, mate? Yeah, good. Like, it's not like I'm great, I'm fucking fantastic, I'm amazing. We're just sevens. We're just good, because the country's made up so much of middle class. We can go to the pub, we can get a pot palmy or whatever, we can do all the things. It's a fucking great country, and most people we can work normal jobs and we can get on by. But like, that's done. That's gone. That's what they're attacking. And this is where us as the people need to come together, because if we don't, well then, like I said, it's a war now against rich and poor. I truly believe that a big part of all this like mass immigration, everything, all the people that they're sending in, they're yes men. Of course, they're going to say yes. They're going to take the benefits. They're going to do all the bits and pieces. But like that's in there to take our houses. It's to outprice all Australians out of the fucking market. They're going to take all the jobs, everything, and like they know that when it comes around to voting time, you know who fucking they're going to be voting for. It's going to be they're trying to bring all the people in. It's going to be again yes man. But like, this is what's taking out our middle class of Australia. And I just truly believe, and like, this is why we've just been knuckling down on our online business, on our community, on our mental and physical health for fucking 5 years now, because the reason why for that is because you then have choices. Like, this is why I've really just like so glad I've gone with our values and beliefs, which our number one value is freedom. And for me, it's like I want to be as flexible as possible, because if shit's fucked up, I want to bounce. It's very, very sad, but like if Australia doesn't turn around, I don't want to raise children here. Why the hell would you? When there's people getting stabbed on the streets randomly. Like, how can you feel safe in raising children in a country that allows that to, you know, like, again, I hope that doesn't happen, but like, it's very, very, it's going that way. But like, this is what I mean. When you're just stuck, they want you feeling stuck, feeling tired, having no choices. It's just the way it is. This is what they fucking want. This is what they want to be putting so much urgency on people, because we all just think it's not going to happen to us. And we all know what's going to happen the next couple of years. I've been saying, like, we are in a skill set war as well. Like, if you aren't focusing right now on fucking becoming better, on upping your skill set in your current job, in your business, learn a completely new one, whatever it is, you are going to be wrecked. And it's happening quicker than ever. We're going into our 6th year of our business. Do you know what? I was looking forward to having it. I'm like, 6 years, it's been a great year. Like, I was actually looking forward to like having a bit of a rest next year. And I heard someone the other day on a reel, this guy, like a fucking very successful person, it's like, everyone's just grinding harder than ever. These are people that are very successful, like, I'm back in the trenches, going fucking hard on their mental health, on their physical health, on their business, because there's so many opportunities, but so many changes coming up now and already into 2026. So if you don't adapt, if you don't learn, if you don't deal with these things, like, just the signs have never been more clearer than ever. So I just think, you know, look, relying on just, you know, blaming the government, which 100%, I just think that things that, you know, I want to be able to give something that, you know, we can do today. Because like I said, Australia won't be Australia until the people change. And all the government can do if the people change is all they can do is adapt to that. So if we don't want digital ID, and here's my big conspiracy that I've been saying for a long time. I think this extremist stuff, a little bit out of it, but just the pure violence that's been happening in Australia, I truly believe could be completely wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. I truly believe that this is a part of the plan. Because this is what they do. They create the problem, and they'll sell the solution. I think, this is recorded, could be wrong, I think that their answer to this will be surveillance for our safety. Call me crazy. I've had this for a long time now. That's just my belief. I think that's what it will be. We'll put surveillance everywhere so we feel safe, but it ain't about your safety. It's just to couple in with the digital ID, just like you see in China, where Josh is walking around Melbourne with my face on there, with my fucking license, with my fucking social credit score, my big ass Ram TRX, just burned 160 litres of 90 octane yesterday, and I can't go anywhere because my carbon footprint's that fucking big. And if I want to go anywhere, I'm going to have to buy carbon credits, spend money to travel more after it's ate a 1 kilo ribeye. I'm killing the fucking climate. It just, like, again, you're going to probably block me right now because, like, that sounds crazy. But, like, that's just they don't roll this out straight away, because everyone will go, holy shit. They'll be like, this is bullshit, and they'll go against it. It's very slow. We're getting hit with the playbook for quite some time now. But that's just my big crazy thing. But if we don't come together, we're just going to go sideways. If we're just going to hate, if we're just going to divide, if we're just going to blame, if it's going to be victims, which society rewards these days. We're just going sideways. We aren't going to move up. The only way we move up is if we take full individual accountability and responsibility for ourselves, for our partners, for our families, for our neighborhood, for our small town, for the people around us. If we be kind, if we go back to our values, if we have the very important conversations with our families like, hey, what's the plan? Like, what life do we want to fucking live here? We need to have these hard conversations. Maybe the neighborhood, hey, if these motherfuckers roll up, how are we going to protect our family and children? Like, we need to come together. But we just need to let this fucking, I hate to say, I personally think I have hope. I do have hope because I see the comment sections. They're trying to push the fucking COVID vaccine again. And the comment section is just everything against it. I'm like, okay. And the amount of things like when Pauline Hanson writes, I'm like, hey, people think, I think we're slowly getting, they tried to turn the men into women. They tried to confuse us. They've tried to label all these bits and pieces so we think we're cats and dogs and all this crazy shit. And they're out there and that's cool. But when I see this, I'm like, just a Facebook emoji and like isn't going to cut it because they want us angry. But the thing is, if they come in tomorrow and say, hey, if you don't do this, you can't go to work tomorrow, then what are you going to do? Your emoji doesn't mean nothing. We can do as many angry emojis as we want. It doesn't actually do anything. But can you imagine if they tried to do that, but we had come together as individuals and separate and families and communities and we go, well, hang on, fuck that. If none of us go to work, if the whole community backs down and says no, then there's some movement. Then there is a chance. But you can't do this alone. Is this making sense or am I sounding fucking insane? So it all comes back. I truly believe it all comes back to starting with us. When you go to the supermarket to the guy or girl on the counter, when they say, how you going? Say, I'm fucking amazing, thanks. How are you? People go, what? Like they're so unconditioned to hear someone saying that. And that's just like feedback to me of like, fuck, just how like we don't even communicate. We don't even like spread positivity anymore. It's like, you know, I really want to fucking like just bring that back. So I just, again, to wrap this up, I just really think we need to take this back to just doing the small things, make men again, and just question everything. Question everything. You're allowed to. Just sit back and go, okay, they want me to do this. Why? What's the pressure? Why if I do this, they're going to give me a free Bunnings sausage? Something's off here. Just question everything. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your family. Take care of people around you. Be kind. Get in the gym. Not just for the big arms and fucking muscles. It's for your mental health. Clear your mind. Clear out the bullshit. Stop eating the fucking junk food. If you're just scrolling through bullshit on TikTok, put your phone down. It's these little micro habits that you can change where we just slowly take things back and slowly start to win. Have the best day ever. I love Australia.